Hello, trading is closed on October 15th, 2021. Our disclaimer always comes first. This is my trading plan for Monday, October the 18th. Remember, I can be completely wrong and all trades should be at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early high. This is it. There's an early high, a late low, midday rally. This is usually a negative pattern, but as we said, an unusually large number of these days in the cycle have been bullish instead. And if that were to happen, it should lead to more advances. And that's what happened. So we should see more advances. We said if we rallied further, we should overtake the moving average and daily TDST line. We did that. And if that were to happen, the all-time high is in danger of falling and possibly falling pretty soon. Monday's pattern also has the early high. We had a target, 44.2965. Came awfully close to hitting it, but didn't. Gets added to the list. We came awfully close to hitting the target here, and we didn't. That's on the list. When you come that close to the targets and you don't hit them, one of the conditions in which that happens is during a strong, impulsive move. So failing to hit these targets, even though they should print later, doesn't have to be anytime soon. And it's a sign that we're in a strong, impulsive move, and the move is obviously higher. We have this target from September 9th, 45.2439, and that's in play and could print next week. Doesn't have to. During the day, MEJT said this decline was false, would retrace, said this rally was false, would retrace to this line. We had a direct hit. When it's that close with a direct hit, if this holds, if these low holds, and it's been tested and held, if that holds, tends to lead to a strong move in the other direction. So all these things are pointing to a strong impulsive move higher. This is a TD line. We broke through it yesterday. You need confirmation the next day, which we got. Note how we did what we had to do. We gapped over the TDST line. We gapped over the 50-day moving average. According to DeMark's work, that should target the move of about 165 points over this line. Now the line's dropping. She can't really give an exact number, but that's significantly higher than we are now. And this happens right after it gave a valid sell signal. Here was the TDST line. Here's one bar. Here's a bar completely under this bar. That should confirm the decline. When these things fail, they tend to fail fast and furiously. So these are all signs that we're in the beginning for the last 3 days of a strong impulsive move up. Of course, if we gap down under this low, the whole thing's killed. That's the way it goes. Now, I don't know how to count this now, but there was one final chance for us this rally to stop. We had brown A, brown B. Here's the height of A. This was a direct hit the last time I checked. Right there. If we had stopped here, we started to drop, you could say you completed an ABC, you counted as 5 waves up, everything would be in place, and that didn't work. I mean, this could be a expanded flat, but I think you're kind of kidding yourself. When signal after signal fails, you usually get a strong move in the other direction. And we've had a number of perfectly valid sell signals fail in grand style, and it tells me this up move probably is not over. Now again, we gapped up, hit higher highs, closed under the midday high. That's negative, but all the negativity goes away if we gap and promptly take out this high. So I'm anticipating we gap over this high. And if we don't, your antenna should be up because something fishy is going on if we don't gap over that high. What the fishiness would be, I don't know. Monday's pattern is the early high. We could gap down. We gapped up at a higher high but closed under the midday high. Unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, should see lower prices Monday regardless of how we close. But a number of factors argue for just such a gap higher. Today's normally bearish pattern was bullish, should lead to further bullish action. Afternoon low is a direct hit on the MEJT target. Target doesn't have to hold, but if it does, move higher tends to be steep. We're leaving targets behind even though we came quite close to satisfying. Leaving targets behind is a characteristic of a strong unidirectional move. They should still print later, but we'll worry about that some other time. Numerous signals were invalidated, significantly higher target generated. We crossed over that green line, and strong Fridays nearly always follow through Monday morning. Now, I had been expecting a drop to around 4,200 by late October, followed by a rally through the end of the year. Now it appears we're going to get a very strong rally starting now, because when signals fail, they tend to fail big. Just as I had said that until some significant prior lows fall, the prediction for lower prices could be wrong. And now I have to say if the all-time high does not fall, and probably fairly soon, the call for the rally could be wrong. If we don't take out the all-time high, I would say as early as next week. Doesn't kill all this, but I'm going to be suspicious that I misread the pattern. So, all things are pointing to gapping up and having a strong rally Monday. We have a target significantly higher than this. I'm looking for all-time highs and probably before too long. And as always, if we gap down smartly at the open Monday, the call's killed before the open. Otherwise, looks like the rally continues, pattern with the early high, and that is today's call.